Good morning, and thanks for waking up with the Big Joe and Laura show here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We made it. It's Tuesday, April 16th, and I'm not trying to be like in a negative mood. Honestly, the whole goal for us, this show that we do, is to be positive and make things better when we know they're not always the greatest, right?
But
I've got a little petty problem I'd like to complain about. It's just frustrating.
Okay.
Laura, you're empathetic, but I don't think you're going to care about this at all, just because you've told me before you don't really get hockey. You're not the biggest fan of it.
Oh, I don't understand hockey in the least. I know that they can punch each other, and that's really exciting for me, and that's all I've got.
Okay, maybe if it's not hockey, but maybe it's something that you like to watch when you can't watch it, you'll understand this. And if you have an answer to my problem, by all means, please be the miracle worker and call 616-600-0957. The Red Wings, we've been talking about them. They're trying to make the playoffs, and they lost a bunch of games, and pretty much now it's coming into the last couple of games. Will they make it? Will they not? So last night was a good game. They were playing at home versus the Canadians, and I wanted to watch the game so bad. I had all my stuff done. I just wanted to relax for the night and watch the game. It was on ESPN Plus, but it was blacked out. I don't know, because I think it's on another network.
Oh, probably Bally Sports, because
Yes.
everything in this area is on Bally Sports, which is the worst.
And it's just, I remember back in the day, this is Grandpa Joe talking to you this morning, but it's it's probably on TV, or it
Yeah.
wasn't. Now, I swear, I pay more for all the apps, and we still don't have enough. I can't keep up, and Lindsay was trying to, we were hearing the game through her phone. We couldn't cast it. Then it was cutting out, but it was such a dramatic game, and the Wings ended up winning.
Oh, yay. Well, that's good at least. But that's so frustrating. I was going to say to you, I remember back in the day when you used to be able to just turn on any of the network channels and the local team would always be on.
Of course.
One of them would always have it, and for me, it was growing up watching University of Kentucky basketball. And now it's very hard to find it, especially if you're not in that area. Impossible to try to watch it from anywhere else. So I entirely empathize in this situation. And I cut cable. I remember how proud I was when I cut the cord.
Weren't you afraid?
No.
Oh, I was so afraid to cut the cable.
I was so broke. I was so insanely broke. It was a miracle when Netflix came out. And I remember I was in college and I was like, oh my God, all I need is Netflix. I've got enough stuff here. I don't need anything else. And I didn't watch the news or network TV at that point, so it wasn't a big deal. And I don't want cable back because I hate cable still.
Yeah.
But if you could can more of these apps eat each other so I could at least have two really large subscription fees instead of 8 of them?
I feel like
all of them hit all of the time throughout the month, and I never know when one of them's going to happen. And I'm like, oh, there's $20 for Hulu. Crap.
I feel like Disney's going to gobble them all up.
They already own half of them.
That's what I'm saying. You're halfway there. You're getting your wish.
Come on.
This is how desperate we were last night to watch the game. Lindsay, my wife Lindsay, who's very smart with some things. She was on Jeopardy. She's a total nerd, knows everything.
Sure.
Other things, not so much. But she's like, I'm going to download a VPN so we can try to make it think we're not in Grand Rapids.
Oh, I've done that before. It doesn't work on the sports things. They do figure it out because we try to watch Detroit Pistons basketball, and the exact same thing happens on the NBA app. They're like, this isn't the zip code that you purchased your account with that you're watching it from, so we know you're using a VPN. And I'm like, how?
Who would put themselves through the pain of streaming the Pistons, who had the worst record in the NBA?
Well, we also had the NBA app for the Celtics. We just wanted to watch both teams.
Okay, now I feel a little bit better about it. Hey, hopefully your day is going good. Ours is getting better. We're here with you and Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Construction on northbound US 131 at 28th Street has been extended a week. Why? Why can't it be done a week early?
Never happens.
The last day MDOT list for the closure is now April 27th. There are a few changes today as well that are starting, including the ramp closure at Hall Street ending, and instead there's now ramp closures at Wealthy Street for both the exit and the entrance ramps.
Oh, good. So they just kind of moved it down an exit ramp.
That's what I do. Guests are coming over. Oh, let me throw stuff in the closet. We'll deal with this later.
It really is like putting the shoes in the closet.
Hey, if you want more details, because there's a lot going on with it, you can read more in the Mix 95.7 app.
Okay, if you've got a kiddo that loves video games, listen up. Here's their chance to shine. Kent ISD is hosting the county's first ever esports tournament later this month. They're inviting high school students from 9th to 12th grade to participate in the Kent County Cup, which will be a Super Smash Brothers tournament.
I would love to try to play these kids, but I'm so afraid I'll get smoked worse by them in person than I do online already.
Oh, absolutely. I used to be really good. I think these kids could absolutely whoop me. Now, it's all coming up on April 27th. Registration is going through Saturday. So if you know someone that might be interested in kicking some butt and taking names, make sure they do get signed up. And parents, this is kind of cool. At the tournament, while your kids are playing video games, you can actually attend a workshop designed to better help you understand the world of esports and how you can use that in career development and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool that they're offering that as well.
Oh, definitely. And our final need to know news story is taking us to Canada, where a guy is being harassed by someone who keeps sending him pizza.
What?
I don't know. It sounds good to me. The pizza keeps coming to this guy's house and to his work. Now, this is the victim, Justin, and a police officer talking about the prank.
So I checked my emails and it had an order that I never ordered. So then we told him that it wasn't me that ordered the pizzas. So that's when we called the head office of Pizza 73 and told them that anyone with the name Justin or Vicky cancel the orders.
The suspects that are ordering the pizza are actually obviously using technology to spoof his number, which they know. So when they call it, it's coming up as him.
I never dated anyone, so it's not bad. I hope karma gets you someday and delivers pizza to your house.
I'm going to be really honest. I understand why they keep sending pizza to Justin. I think I would do the same thing because he just sounds so bullyable, and I know that's not nice.
Hey, if you want to bully Laura and I, 37 Ottawa Avenue, downtown Grand Rapids.
I hear that we really hate when you send breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, no, not that. Please,
Don't do that.
anything.
Not that.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
After weeks and I guess almost months of anticipation, the Indiana Fever selected Caitlin Clark with the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft on Monday night. Caitlin Clark is expected to get a 4-year deal worth about $338,000. Indiana's not that far. We might have to go down there and check out a game.
Oh, no. There's almost nothing that's going to get me into Indiana. But good luck, Caitlin. I will watch you on TV from Michigan. If you're like me and you like to work out, but you don't really want to pay for a gym membership, this is awesome. The city of Grand Rapids every single year offers a bunch of outdoor classes to where you can take yoga, different kinds of workout things. There's even a line dance class I just learned. Listen, I might fall for this one. It's on Thursday nights. But either way, each night of the week, they have different classes all throughout the city. They're all outdoors, and they're all completely free to you. If you want to see details and you want to join in, they kick off in a few weeks. You can get details right now inside the Mix 95.7 app. I promise you, the yoga in the park is one of the best ones.
I thought you were going to bring that up. I'm so afraid I like yoga, but man, sometimes I need to do that alone.
Well, listen, you'll be outside. At least it's not going to be like stuck in the room like if you were in a yoga studio. This might be ideal for you, Joe.
And our final need to know news story, if your Ring camera isn't doing it for you, then maybe you want to invest in this Kickstarter for Paint Cam Eve.
An AI-powered robotic security system equipped with an integrated paintball launcher, face recognition, and sound dispatchers, which allows me to recognize intruders and stop them in their tracks.
You are identified as a non-authorized personnel. You have 5 seconds to leave the property.
Zero compliance. Zero tolerance.
I'm not going to lie. I totally want one of these. I would even use it on people I know, though. I'd be like, oh, Joe's coming over. Time to paintball.
But Laura, you told me to... I feel like Benny and Patty would set this up in the backyard for like, take this, squirrels.
Take that, you skunk.
That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
First, they forced us to do it. Now they're taking it away, and I feel like an old man on my porch shaking my cane into the air. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Do you remember back in the day when you go to like Meijer or Walmart and you'd walk in and you'd see like 17 lanes of cashiers open and you could just go to a cashier, check out your stuff and move along, and it was pretty efficient and great.
Yeah, I didn't end up working as like a bagger or whatever, but I thought about it. I'm like, oh, I could do that as a job.
Oh yeah, there were tons of opportunities. Now these days, you see 1 to 2 cashiers, and then they've got the U-scans or the self-checkouts, whichever you prefer to call them. And they've kind of trained us to basically check our own stuff out. And it's been that way, I would say, probably at least 10, 15 years at this point. It kind of kicked off when I was in college,
It sneaks up on you because I feel like it's only been a couple of years, but you're right. It's been 10 or 15 years.
Absolutely. And recently, they're starting to say, those U-scans you guys got used to, we don't really want you to be using them anymore.
Is that because everybody's just stealing everything? I feel like the theft has got to be a big reason.
It has to be. They're not saying that outright, and I think they don't want to admit that that's what the problem is. But there are two major retailers who are now basically fixing their policy on how they want to do self-checkout and U-scan. The first one, which you probably already heard of already, is Walmart is about to start making it to where you have to have Walmart Plus, which is like their version of Netflix, their subscription model, in order to use the self-checkout. Now, it hasn't kicked off yet, I don't think, but I think in the next few months, it'll be basically if you don't have Walmart Plus, you have to go through a line and wait for a cashier every single time, no matter what.
Well, I don't like waiting, but I like the idea of getting rid of self-checkout. I really feel like if you go to a store, if it's properly run, which of course it's not in any of these cases.
I was going to say, if properly run.
Yeah, if they were actually staffed with enough people like way back in the day.
Yeah,
I like that experience. I like talking to people and shooting the whatever, but I don't know. If it's late at night and it's a big line, I feel like that's going to be even worse.
Well, here's even better news because now a different retailer is attacking people who want to shop at night. Target is now saying that they're going to start closing the self-scan or self-checkout hours before the store closes. And they've started doing it in certain areas. I'm not sure if here in West Michigan they have, because I don't go to the store at night. I usually go in the middle of the day.
If you work at a Target or something like that, please let us know. 616-600-0957.
Yeah, but they're saying as early as 6 or 7 at night, they're going to close the self-checkout and you just have to go through a line. And Target stays open till like 9, 10, 11, depending on the store. So for like the bulk of when people would actually be in the store, they're going to force all of us to get in line. And again, I don't have a problem with cashiers. I like cashiers. It's fine. But when you only have 2 for the entire store, and then you're going to force all of us, because they're not going to hire more people, right?
Yeah, of course they will.
No.
I know.
No. So now they're basically making it next to impossible to check yourself out and save that time and money. And now they're going to either charge you money to use the checkout, or they're just going to close it early entirely. I can't be the only person that is slightly losing my mind because I've been retrained over the last decade on how to shop, and now they're taking it away from me.
Don't take away my self-checkout.
If I have one item, let me go scan it and move on. I shouldn't have to wait behind that person with 15 coupons that's never shopped before in their life, that has a full cart, and they're arguing about whether or not something is 40 cents less. I don't have the capability of doing that anymore, and it makes me absolutely insane. So what do you think? Do you think that we should be getting rid of these self-checkouts or U-scans, or do you think that this is actually the right direction, that maybe it'll help with loss prevention or anything else? We want to hear from you. 616-600-0957. Again, that's 616-600-0957.
Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We're Big Joe and Laura is upset about some changes that are happening at the store.
Yeah, I don't like it I hated it when they made me go to the self-checkout to start, because I was like, shouldn't someone be being paid for this? And then I got used to it, and now they're being like, you know what? We don't want you using that anymore. And stores like Target are now starting to close them early at night, so you can't use them after 6 p.m., which is insane to me. Or places like Walmart are making you pay for a subscription model in order to A, so they know who you are, and B, to kind of keep theft down because they can track everything you're buying.
I kind of feel like that's something you would put in your dating profile. Like, yeah, I'm a Walmart self-checkout member. I have exclusive hookups.
You don't want to have to wait in line? I got your back. I pay the $14.99 a month or whatever it costs. I have no idea. I don't have
that's
Walmart
outrageous.
Plus. It probably is that much. Anyway, we want to know, what do you think? Should these self-checkouts still be open all the time, or should we be converting back to using cashiers all the time? We always love hearing from you at 616-600-0957. We got Mary from Cedar Springs. Mary, what do you think about this?
It's a give or take. I get that if you have a full basket to go through the self-scanner or whatnot. Some stores even have it when you're scanning your items and you set them then in the bag, that it's a weight thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't scan your next item. So that is irritating, because there's a store up by where I live that they have that. But I do understand on like the theft part of it, to where, if you have 15 of the same item and you only scan 12 because you might lose count.
Laura, Mary, hear me out here. I say we get rid of self-checkout. It's just a regular old school way it used to be, except there will be one thing, but it has to be for certain items that we all determine as a group that we're just too embarrassed to check out with an actual person.
No, because then everyone knows you're going through the embarrassing checkout. They're going to be like, ooh, what's he got?
But they don't know what it is, though.
How would they not? They'll just look over the little aisle.
Here's your loophole on that, Joe, is you take that item, you go get a box of Band-Aids, and you do self-checkout at pharmacy.
Oh, yeah, that actually is really, really
Mary,
smart.
have you done this before?
I have.
Mary's like,
And,
no one
like,
knows what I'm buying.
20 years ago.
Okay. What were you hiding 20 years ago? You were too embarrassed.
The first time I had to get a pregnancy test.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. Yeah, those are really intimidating to buy, even if you are expecting.
I remember when I was younger and my mom raised me, I had to go run in and get her some tampons, like a box of them. She just told me what they were.
Yeah.
That was the most awkward thing of my life.
You're like, I swear these aren't for me.
TikTok videos to where the husband has to go, and she's like, I want always with wings. So they get, like the 2 different items, like chicken wings and then pads, but that's not the pads with the wings.
To be fair,
don't
I mean, I feel
understand.
like if you need to use those, maybe wings would make you
I
happier.
was say there are times when the wings would have made me a lot happier, to be honest. So,
Mary, have a
sure.
great day.
thanks, Mary.
Thanks, you guys as well. Bye-bye.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
From Byron Center, say good morning to Bonnie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bonnie. Are you ready to hopefully take my not as quite big $25 Michigan Lottery jackpot?
I'm going to do my best.
Bonnie, what do you do for a living?
I work for Huntington Bank.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. That sounds fun. Hey, let's get this game going. All you got to do is kick Laura out of the studio.
All right, Laura, you got to go.
Adios.
Okay, I'll give you the first question when she exits and closes the door. Number 1, what famous trail did many pioneers travel to settle in the western United States?
Oregon Trail.
Question 2, who is the original host of the reality TV show The Apprentice?
Donald Trump.
Question 3, what is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan?
Tinkerbell.
Question 4, what 3-letter group sang the song No Scrubs?
TLC.
Question 5, vodka and orange juice make up what cocktail?
Mimosa. My fave.
Okay, I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
All right, Bonnie, so you were saying you actually work at Huntington Bank. What's that like?
Good. I've actually been there. This summer will be 13 years. Done all kinds of different jobs. And they really work with me about my schedule because I take care of my elderly mom. So they let me work remotely.
Aw,
And it's been a blessing.
Bonnie, you're a saint, and that sounds like an awesome company. You know what? I might just go bank right now at Huntington because there sounds like they're taking care of their people.
No
That's awesome.
kidding. That's awesome.
Okay, Laura, here is the deal. If you get 4 right, you will tie with Bonnie. If you get 5 right, you will win the game.
All right, let's go.
Question 1. What famous trail did many pioneers travel to settle in the western United States?
The Oregon Trail?
Yes.
I was like the game, or did it have a different name?
No, that's the real thing. Correct.
Okay.
1-1.
I'll take it.
Question 2. Who is the original host of the reality TV show The Apprentice?
Would that be former President Donald Trump, although he wasn't president at the time?
Correct. 2-2 going into question 3. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan?
Tinkerbell.
That is correct. 3-3 going into question 4. What 3-letter group sang the song No Scrubs?
TLC.
Ooh, it's tied 4-4 going into question 5.
All on the line for the last question.
Laura, vodka and orange juice make up what cocktail?
That would be a screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
That is correct. Bonnie, you said mimosa.
I said mimosa because it's champagne. I was
It
like,
is champagne.
oh my gosh, I knew that too.
Dang
Listen, I
it.
would
As
much
soon as
rather
I
have
said
a
it, I was like,
mimosa
oh,
than a
man.
screwdriver anytime, so I get it.
All right, Bonnie, since you lost to Laura, you know what you got to do.
I'm Bonnie from Byron Center, and Laura can't lose.
Want a shot like Bonnie just had to take on Laura? The jackpot's now up to $30. Call right now to play Laura Can't Lose. 616-600-0957. Glad my mom's let up listening right now because she would call in at 616-600-0957 and call me out for it. We're talking about toys that were super annoying that you just wish you could get rid of for your kids. We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
Yeah, I'm a new mom. I've got a little guy. While he doesn't have a lot of toys yet because he's only 5 months old, there are a few items in the house that he does absolutely love, and they drive me up the wall.
What's little Justin getting into?
All right, his favorite thing in the whole world right now is he's got this little, like a teething turtle, basically.
Okay.
It's like a teething toy. It's shaped like a turtle. It has a bunch of little different bumpy things all over it. I don't remember what brand it is. It doesn't matter. It's just a little piece of plastic. He has now gotten to the point where he started throwing this thing. And he's a little guy, so he just lobs it. It like nails me in the side of the head when I'm not paying attention or whatever, and it's driving me up the wall. The other thing that I'm really sick of, and I bought it, it's my fault. I got him a game controller because every time my husband and I are playing PlayStation, he'll sit there, look at the controller, and I want to put that in my mouth so bad. So I found a Fisher-Price version of it, which is really fun, except for the fact that it makes 40 billion noises at all times. So if he wants to chew on the little part of the controller that makes noises, congratulations. I now have to hear the same blue, blue, blue sound 65 times until he's finally moved on to whatever toy he wants to chew on next.
I think I actually have audio. This is Justin's first sentence.
I like turtles.
Basically.
I was thinking back to because I don't have kids. I got nieces and nephews, and I know we love llamas in our family. So we would get this little llama that will spin around and shake its booty like it's twerking almost, but it spins around.
I've seen one of those.
And it's so cute, and it just annoys the crap out of my brother-in-law, Andy, but it's awesome. We got it for our niece Hads. But when I was a kid, this is a core memory unlocked, and we want to know what you would get rid of your kids as well. 616-600-0957. But do you remember from the late 80s, early 90s, I call it almost like a laser toy gun that sounded like this?
Oh my God, yes. They were see-through.
Yes, yeah.
They were see-through.
And the lights were up top, like a red stripe or something.
Yeah, there's a little red piece, and they had little crappy pre-LED lights. They weren't LEDs, but they're those little tiny bulbs. Oh my God, I had one of those. And the worst thing about it is if you were trying to be quiet and you picked it up, say it was in the pile of toys, and your parents are in the other room and you're trying to be quiet, and that thing would go off for 5 minutes straight.
Oh no! Take the battery out! Take the battery out!
They're gonna know I was doing something I wasn't supposed. The panic it gives me the second I hear it.
All right, parents of West Michigan, you have a chance right now to sound off. Heck, if you want to, you could throw the toy away as well. But what would you like to get rid of if you could do it and there be no problems with the kiddos? 616-600-0957. Give us a call once again. That's 616-600-0957. We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And we're talking about toys you wish you could throw away. They're loud, they're annoying, they're always on the floor. Something about them drives you crazy. And if you knew you could get rid of it without, causing World War III in your house.
Mom and Dad!
Yeah, I know it's not worth it. But if you could do it without those noises, we want to know, what item would you get rid of your kids? 616-600-0957. Jess in Portland, if you could get rid of any of your kids' toys, which one are you getting rid of?
The hoverboards.
Oh, those sound dangerous. Have you had any spills or falls on it so far?
I have hurt myself personally very badly, and so has my husband. But my kids are awesome on it. It's just their friends when they come over. One has gotten stitches so far.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's the liability. It's I'm going to have you sign a waiver form if you're going to get on that, because I'm not getting yelled at by your parents.
Exactly. But, yeah, I call them devil boards. So.
Get off your devil board!
Get off that devil board! Yeah. Thanks, Jess.
Yep. Have a good day.
Shay in Grand Rapids, what toy of your kids would you get rid of if you could?
Okay, I think every kid has had one of them. It's that vacuum cleaner with the little popping balls inside of it.
Oh.
And that every time they run it across the floor, it goes pop, 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 pop like popcorn.
Yes. I had one of those as a kid. I'm pretty sure they all still exist and people still have them. But yeah, even if you're not pushing it across the floor, if you try to pick it up and move it, the rattling and all of that, oh, so annoying.
My kids like to just run it across in one spot back and forth just to see the balls pop.
Oh, I'd be here, I'll just give you a couple of bouncy balls. Please stop doing that.
Yes.